Hey there, hockey fans. Nick Hart here again for another virtual visit with one of your Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. I'm here at my house in northeastern Pennsylvania, but then back up in the Great White North, joining me today is Pierre-Olivier Joseph for a little one-on-one chat. Pio, how are you doing? How are you handling all this stuff? Are you staying safe, staying sane up there?
Yeah, I am. I'm staying at my grandma's house, and yeah, obviously she's not here because of the circumstances. But no, I'm holding up and making sure that I'm staying healthy and that my family is also. But yeah, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing fine. I mean, I'm cooped up by myself, but I'm totally okay with that. It gives me plenty of time to watch TV and, listen to music and not worry about having to bother anyone else. But my problem is I got to try and keep the house clean while I'm here. I want to make sure you keep that house clean. The last thing I want you to do is make it a mess at grandma's house.
Yeah, well, I think it's too late for that, but I'll make sure I clean up before I leave for sure.
As long as you take care of it before you leave, I guess
As
that's
long as I do. As long as I do.
all right. Well, I wanted to talk to you about the season that you had this year because if I'm being honest, P.O., it was impressive stuff what you were able to put together this season with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, the way that you were able to improve so steadily and at such a rate throughout the course of your first American Hockey League season. But at the same time, what a weird year it was for you, too. In the summer, you get traded. Then the start to your season gets stalled with that battle of mono. You basically lost the whole month of November. Then you got into a groove and you were one of the premier defensemen on this Penguins team in the middle of a playoff push, and the season gets halted because of the pandemic. So with all of this context, if I could ask you to just sort of reflect on the season so far, what do you make of what's been a pretty crazy year for you?
Yeah, like you say, it's been pretty crazy being high and low in emotion. But no, I think in general, I like my year so far, hockey wise, and I know there was a lot of ups and downs with the mono and everything, and especially right now not being able to play hockey. But no, I think I had great people around me and to make me learn and make me a better player every day. And obviously I can take a part of everybody a little bit. I think it can make me a better person as well. So I think that's how I learn. I just look after the older guys, and not even the older guys. I look after the young guys as well. So obviously we can teach yourself a little bit of something in everybody. So no, I think I'm being happy with where I am right now hockey wise, and hopefully I can just move forward with that.
For any player, regardless of position or experience or pedigree, draft position, contract status, going from juniors to the pro game is going to be difficult. But the way you were able to handle it, like I said before, was really impressive. Where do you think you made the biggest strides from maybe day one to the last game that the Penguins played before the pause in the season?
Yeah, I think that the speed was the biggest thing. Coming in pro hockey, everybody's way faster, and the people are always at the good spot at a good time. So I think it was not more thinking, but just like more seeing the game, and I think that's where I learned a lot from just looking at the other players, where they were doing on the ice, what how they were positioning in the zone and stuff like that. But I think I improved a lot my speed, which helped me a lot, and I think I just got a lot of confidence this year. So I think that made me the player that I became this year.
Yeah, that confidence was really showing, especially in the second half, or I guess when you could say you turned the calendar, January, February, March, you became a breakout star on the blue line for the Penguins. A breakout star on the forward side this season was Anthony Angelo. We caught up with him before, and he tipped us off to some travel issues you had going back home. Do you mind sort of telling us the difficulty you had getting back to Canada?
Yeah, well, thanks, Ange, by the way. But yeah, it was supposed to be a normal 6 hour drive, and it became a 3 days trip to Montreal with two flat tires, and sleeping in my car one night, and sleeping in an hotel room the other, and a lot of money spent on towing and garage and changing my wheels and everything. But no, it's been it was a crazy 3 days, and I made it safe and sound home. But like I say, it was I left Wilkes-Barre maybe 20 minutes after I had a flat, and knowing I had 6.5 hours to go, it was hard to do, and on the spare tire. But I had hopes, but 2 hours away, an hour away from home, I was my hope went down a little bit by another flat tire. But yeah, like I said, I made it home, and that's the main goal, and I'm safe and sound now.
Yeah, I'm happy that you're safe. I think everybody is, but hopefully those are the worst of the travel issues that you'll ever have in your life. I think everybody has to leap over that hurdle at some point in their life, whether it's, air travel, a bunch of delays, nightmares at the airport terminal, or like you said, a bunch of flat tires. Hopefully you got that out of the way, and that's a story that you can have in your back pocket forever, and nothing trumps it moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised because I made so many trips to Charlottetown, which was like 12 hours away from home, and I never had a problem. And then I was, okay, first time coming back from Wilkes, and then it was just 6 hours, and then boom, this happened. But yeah, like you say, we're learning, and it's a great experience, I feel like.
Yeah, and of course it happens in the middle of a pandemic too. Naturally, they couldn't make it easy for you. But because everybody's isolated during this pandemic, everyone has a lot of free time on their hands. People are watching TV, playing games. And I know from a previous appearance you had on our Penguins podcast that you, like me, are a big Monopoly fan. You're a huge fan of Monopoly. Have you gotten to do any intense games of Monopoly during isolation?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't spend more than 5-10 minutes with somebody else, but no, I'm really looking forward to go back at home and telling my parents that they need to play with me no matter what. So I'm just gonna make them play with me. And yeah, I actually have a poker session tonight with a couple of my buddies just to take our mind off video games a little bit more and TV shows. So yeah, I think that's gonna be fun. But like you said, I'm waiting for the time that I have an intense game of Monopoly with my parents or friends.
All right. Well, I hope you win that game, by the way. But you talking about, getting some video game sessions and, things like that with your teammates, that sort of leads us into some fan questions that were sent into us on social media. So I'd like to get to those fan cues, and you can give them some A's if you don't mind, Pio.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So as I mentioned before, this one came to us from Krista, sort of a two-part question. She wanted to know, of your teammates, whom have you gotten closest to this season? Who have you gotten really close to this season? And how are you and your teammates staying in touch during the isolation?
Yeah, I can say that I've been getting closer from a lot of players. I mean, coming in as a new player, I think it was hard to get to know everybody really well. But obviously, the younger guys were closer for me. I mean, I was really close from Jordy and Jake Lucchini before he left because they were living together, and they helped me out a little bit before I came to camp and stuff. But no, I mean, I can name so many guys. I mean, Ange and I we're pretty close. Obviously, Liz as a partner and as a roommate on the road, we're pretty close as well. But I can say that I was getting really close from a lot of guys too, and they were helping me on and off the ice also.
All right. Now this next question comes to us from Ray. Maybe a tricky one here, P.O., but he wants to know, what NHL defenseman do you think you resemble in terms of style of play? You think you could pin down one player maybe?
I mean, I always look at Marc-Edouard Vlasic with the Sharks, the way he's just like not the biggest guy, but his brain might be the biggest one on the ice, and just like the stick ability is the defensive part of the game, and just the little touch of offense that he brings. I think I really like it. And if I can bring another guy, I would bring Ekholm with the Preds, and
yeah,
I think that's the type of players that I want to be in the future.
Those are pretty nice comparables. Marc-Edouard Vlasic, a fellow Quebecois and a gold medalist with Canada. They got him on that Olympic team a couple years ago because of his defensive abilities. So that's a pretty good comparable right there. We have one more fan question left, P.O. And when this one came in, we laughed, we giggled, but I couldn't resist not bringing it up right now. I think you already know where I'm going. This one comes to us from Barbara. She wants to know, why are you so much cooler than your brother, Tampa Bay Lightning and Syracuse Crunch forward, Matthew Joseph? Come on, Pete. Why are you the cool one in the family?
Yeah, I love Barbara. We keep in touch a lot since we were seeing each other a while, and in Halifax, where she lives with the two little beautiful daughter that she has, and we were I was seeing them whenever I was playing there. But no, I don't think any of us is cooler than the other one. I
Come
think
on.
we're just with two different personality. I think she would have appreciated him as much as me if she would get to know him a little bit more in St. John. But I mean, between you and I think I am the coolest. But I mean, I think a lot of people think that too. But it's okay. Don't tell him though.
As long as you're wearing the black and gold, I think me and many other Penguins fans think that you're the cool one in the Joseph family. You are so cool for taking time out of your day to do this little one-on-one chat with me. Pierre-Olivier Joseph, ladies and gentlemen. Can't thank you enough for doing this today, Pio.
Thank you very much.
All right. Once again, Pierre-Olivier Joseph, Penguins defenseman. Ladies and gents, make sure you too are staying safe and staying sound of mind out there. We'll see you later, hopefully with another one-on-one virtual visit with another member of your Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins.